Awesome. So let's get started with our current session. That is basically a Sourcing Express Season 2, Episode 4. Previously, we covered something in our last session about some of the use cases of how to use and or not in much in depth, but today we'll cover. However, like we used and or then double quotes as well bracket in Google, and we seen the comparison of various searches while doing that. So today what we'll do is like we'll further go and do a bit of dive on how to use not, and after that we'll try to come up with the multiple searches wherein like if you see here in the notes we captured the various use cases, something like when we give Java or microservices within the bracket like this, or Java space 5 microservices, something like this. So how these two different results are varying with each other and why the results are different. That is something we covered in detail yesterday. And similarly for and also, we have already done a dive deep on and, where if we are using A and D and, then it's taking more of like something like this. It's taking more of like a and as a keyword, but not exactly as an operator, specifically in a Google. And that's the reason like we came to the conclusion that for Google, a space itself is and. We don't really have to use A and D and while doing searches in a Google. Okay, as well. Similarly, for or, we also seen that over or, again, it's accepted by Google as a keyword, but not as an operator. With this basically when we see exactly into the search URL. So anyone has any doubt from this, how to use and how to use or, and what are the use cases? Any questions around it? Just unmute yourself and ask, just in case if you have any doubts on this. Are we good? Yes, no. Anyways.
Yes, Shiv.
Great. Anyways, chalo, let's move forward with the next thing. How to use basically not. Generally, what happens, how do we use not in a LinkedIn? Let me just clear it. Okay, so what we did here, now we have used some of the multiple keywords. We used Java and microservices and SQL or NoSQL or Cassandra. So we see software developer building AI ML data platforms, Java microservices developer, and then Java developer, polyglot. So number of search results. So let's say all filters, we give additional titles.
Shiv, one quick question. In this additional filters, like in LinkedIn, in the free service, we have a limit of 5 keywords that we can use, operators. In the additional filters, is there a limit, same as 5 only, or can it be more than that also?
There is a limit.
Okay.
So, like suppose here we use up to 5 keywords. Again, additional filters we went. Here we use again up to 5 keywords.
Okay.
In companies, you give up to 5. Schools, you give up to 5. First name, you give for last name, you give up to 5. First name, you give up to 5. What are the additional filters you see? Everywhere you have up to 5. I'll tell you in future session when we do a dive deep on the LinkedIn, what are the limitations and all everything. But let's keep that aside for now. That's a different session altogether.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, like now we have given some additional filters with the titles. All right, so again, we got some 56,000 results. Let's see if we have to exclude something which is not relevant. Anyways, mostly we have the relevant results. Or let's say Java and SQL. Yeah, okay. One, two, three, four. Okay, now here we have a support as well. Here we have a data engineer. So this is the kind of a keyword where we need Java, ELK or Solar, something from the Elasticsearch side. Or let's say we also want something like CI CD. We'll reduce one from here. Okay, so now we started getting production support, automation testing, ELK, Apache Solar, SAP UI, architect, distributed, React, QA, SDET, 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 data engineer, automation testing. So this is a kind of a keyword where we'll get backend engineers, we might get some DevOps guys, we might get some of the SDET guys. Okay. So now let's say definitely we need these particular keywords in our searches, but for the backend engineer. So in that case, what we do, where we do not need now SDETs or DevOps guys. So in that case, what we do, let's go to further more pages and see in case we're getting some more DevOps people like this, DevOps engineer, automation testing, full stack, software test engineer, CI/CD, Docker, Prometheus, DevOps engineer, test engineer, quality assurance, SDET, project manager, CI/CD, automation testing. So we have a mix of results. We are getting backend engineer, then we are getting some of the DevOps engineers, and we are getting some of the STETs, software development in test or automation testers. So now let's say we want to exclude now those particular automation testers or a DevOps engineer. In that case, what we go to all filters. And as all these are mentioned in the title, what we say in the title filter, we'll keep not, open the bracket, DevOps or SDET or testing. Not DevOps, SDET or testing or QA. So how many earlier we had here? We had 83,000. Now let's say additional filter. DevOps, not DevOps or SDET or testing or QA. And thumb rule, whenever you're using or, we're actually putting them in a bracket so that it's becoming one group, it's becoming one set, it's becoming one nest. So when we say not this particular group of keywords, not any one of those keywords. So here the command is saying, don't include any of those keywords in title, not any of those keywords like DevOps or SDET or testing or QA. Now we'll see. So from 86, it came down to 77. But now let's see in case, okay, automation testing. Again for the filter. And this is again a headline, not exactly a job title. So there might be a slightly this thing, but otherwise. And these techniques you can pretty much follow on LinkedIn Recruiter also, just in case if you're working. Though we'll not cover in LinkedIn Recruiter. That's my official account. So I may not be able to share it here. But if you are working on LinkedIn Recruiter, these techniques you can pretty much use it on LinkedIn Recruiter as well. Okay, this automation testing, let's see if it is in the title or if it is in the job titles also. So now if you see the DevOps or QA or SDET, such kind of a results has been decreased. But let's see a couple of more pages. Test automation. This is again, as I told, this is a headline. It's not a title. But we are trying to see if we are trying to exclude from the title DevOps. DevOps. Okay, let's say how much here, Java and ELK or Solar or CICD. Okay, Solar will remove from here.
So Shiv, how many?
Up to 5 operator and up to 6 keywords.
Okay, so here we are using 5 operators, but when we are doing search within another search, will those operators also be counted?
No, this is a one search field. That is a different search field. So every search field up to 5.
Okay.
Okay, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now this is 5th one, not DevOps. So yeah, 42,000. Let's reduce. Okay, anyways. Now let's see if we're getting those. So now here we have given not DevOps, and thumb rule of not, whenever we use not, it used to be used in at last. So earlier we had somewhere 77,000, but as soon as we gave here not DevOps, we got somewhere around 42,000. So automation. Test we did exclude it from the title, but as I mentioned, these are the headlines. What is the difference between title and headline? So if in this profile, this is the headline, wherein this is the title. Let's say if I have to edit this, okay, first name, last name, position, industry, location, so here this is the title, but let's see, okay, profile headline. Sometimes in most of the cases, now people started getting to know the difference between headline and the title, and they're mentioning some of the fancy headlines. But otherwise, at least 75 to 80% of the cases, their profile headline, if they have not edited it, by default, it will be the title. Whatever the title, what they have given here, based on that, the combination of it will come over here as a profile headline. So there's a difference between title and a headline. So when we are giving up keywords over here to exclude.
Shubhuna here. Can you just show that again, please? Title and headline.
I'll come back. So here what we're trying to do is like we're trying to exclude from the title. There is no filter over here where we're excluding from the headline. Now, if you see here is a title. So whatever we are giving, not SDET or QA or automation, if someone would have written their current or past title as a SDET or QA or DevOps, only those candidates would have been not came in a search. Now, but let's say there's a use case, someone who would have given in a profile headline, these will not be excluded. This can still come. There's a possibility the results of SDET QA are still coming, because it's not excluding from the profile headline, it's basically excluding from the titles, not from the profile headlines.
Good.
But when you are excluding here in a search, not DevOps, it's excluding from the whole LinkedIn profile, from the title, from the profile headline, from the entire text summary, from the what are the whole experience, or from the skills and endorsement. It's excluding from everywhere. So that's reason when we give not here, it's giving us more rectified results. Let's say now we got this Ram Dwivedi, okay? Though the person is an automation tester, and what we have done, we have tried to exclude a title of not DevOps, SDET testing or QA or automation tester. Now, if you go to their titles, so senior specialist, senior QA analyst, if you see the current title is basically no QA, SDET or DevOps or anything. Other resume was there. Okay, so this is a headline. But if you see the test architect, let's say, let's remove instead of test, we'll keep test and testing, and we find in further more searches. Not DevOps or SDET or test or QA or testing. So again, 2000 came down, some 44,000 became 40,000 now. Let's again rectify the search. So here we have given not DevOps, Java and ELK or CI/CD and SQL or NoSQL, not DevOps. So DevOps is getting excluded from the whole profile itself. And then here also we gave not DevOps or SDET or test or QA or testing. People might have written in a fancy way also, automation testing or test engineer or test QA, something like that. So we're just trying to exclude that one keyword. But now let's see if we are getting those ones. So one, this is from the headline, but let's see what's her title. Quality analyst. It's not QA, it's a quality analyst. But let's see what's her title as well. Automation testing. Again, testing got merged with these keywords. The testing is not a separate keyword here. Okay, here we have a testing as a separate keyword, but that's again in a headline, not in a title. Okay, anyways, we open this profile. Automation architect. Okay. So this is in a headline, as we mentioned that we do not have a way to exclude from the headline because that is basically in the whatever the keywords we are excluding, we are trying to exclude from the titles. Now, if you see here the title, we do not have any such title here or any such keywords in a title with DevOps or SDET or test or QA or testing. So quality assurance, quality analyst is there, but not as it is the DevOps or QA or testing keywords. So quality analyst, but not a keywords related to DevOps or SDET or test or QA or testing.
So Shiv, one question I have. When we are putting that keyword not, and then we are excluding in the title, so it will exclude all the titles that the person has mentioned, like in case if a person has like, let's say 10,
past everything it will exclude.
Okay.
Now, if you see their current or past title, no current or past title are matching to these keywords. They might be matching to a headline, but not for a current or past keywords. Current or past titles.
Okay, got it.
Shiv, here we are totally allowed to put only 5 operators and 6 keywords, right? In LinkedIn search.
Yes.
But in your search, I think those the search within search that we are applying operators, that is also counted, or that is a separate entity?
So every search field has a limitation of up to 5. When I say every search, this is one search field. This is one more search field. This is one more search field. This is one more search field. This is one more. So in those search fields, the limitation is up to 5. Overall, as a free LinkedIn, it's not limitation. If we see all the 555 ads, we can still go up to 3550 keywords, and that's all for free.
No, but in the search that is Java and ELK or
Here also
CICD.
5 and 1 or 2 and 3 or 4, not 5.
Achha. And if you mention 6, then it will not take, right?
It will not take.
And the keywords only 6, right?
By default, no. If 5 operator, keyword will be
then by
analyst.
default. Okay, got it. Thanks.
All right. So now if you see any of these key titles, none of the titles has these titles which we mentioned, not these titles. Though it is there in their headline, but not in the title. Neither a current nor a past. There might be a synonym, but not as it is testing. There is a tester, but not a testing. So now let's go back and see how many we have here. Not 1, DevOps 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's remove DevOps and tester also we mentioned. And see if we're getting still those results. So 40,000. Not testing, tester, tested QA. Tested, this is a headline, but not a title. But let's see if it is there in the title, any of those keywords, whatever we mentioned, is it appearing in the title? And we are opening only the results where we are seeing that this could be a false positive, but otherwise the rest of the results on a high level we can see those are the things which we wanted. All right, so 5 profiles. So as I mentioned, those keywords, whatever we have given here, not in title, this is excluding only from their title, but not from their headline. This is a headline. And let's see in the title. So quality assurance, none of the keywords. QA test, just a second. Okay, senior SQA, it's not exactly a QA from the current EPC. So test, that is basically a past test. I think it's excluding from current titles, but let's see a few more use cases. So this is headline, QA, none of those keywords. This is headline. Automation lead, but past titles are there. So yeah, it's excluding in fact from the current titles, but wherein if it is in the past, it's still showing us the result. But otherwise, if we see current titles, then definitely earlier it used to exclude from throughout current or past titles. Maybe now this is a recent upgrade where it started excluding from the only current title, but not from the past titles. Here it's neither in current or past, but we see in the couple of evidences where in the past titles, there is a word like test, and it's still showing us. But wherein in the current title, definitely it's not there. It's excluding completely from the current title in all the 5 use cases or in the all the 5 profiles what we have seen. It's completely. Huh? All right, so I'll just take a pause. Any doubts on when we're using not, what is it doing? And when we're excluding from the title, what is it doing? And when we're excluding from the search here, what is it doing? Any doubts, any questions? How does that not work on LinkedIn or any of the job portals also? You can take a same example. You'll be able to come across the similar results. We're good?
So Shiv, yesterday we were talking about minus sign, right, on Google.
We'll come there. First, we are
Okay.
covering NOT not here on LinkedIn.
Sure.
So any doubts on LinkedIn? So same formula applies even for a Naukri or Monster. Thumb rule or a Job Street or a Dice or a Career Builder or whichever the portal you're using. So thumb rule, whenever we are using not, it has to be used in the last.
I don't think there's any doubt.
So let's say this not DevOps we are using in the beginning. We might get the result, but what will it understand? Technically, can someone help? So there are two searches. This one.
Maybe it will take as not DevOps and not Java.
I think it will take not for any of the keywords you have mentioned there. Because if you're starting with not, then I feel it will probably take it as not for all of them, with the exception of the or.
And it's not clear which word or which keyword it is excluding.
Give me a second, guys. Meanwhile, you just think loud. So here we have two use cases. So first thing, when we're adding not here, not DevOps, then we wanted to add one extra, and I believe one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we don't give and not DevOps space Java, there's a confusion in the understanding. Wherein here Java and ELK or CI/CD and SQL or no SQL, no confusion in understanding, and at last not DevOps. Let's say this example will give. Okay, anyways, it's here. So still we have 40,000 results, no variation in the results. And this is to my surprise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's run once more. $44 because here we have something in keywords here. Let's keep this as it is. All right, so here we got around 40, same. Okay, so both the searches are same. In one, we're getting, in both the things, we're getting 40,000, where in a keyword as well in a term, we use both. But this is to my surprise, where it's even going for a 6th operator and up to 7 keywords, it's still showing us a result. But let's see some direct on it. So what is it trying to do? So not DevOps and Java. So Java anyways we are getting here. So are we getting DevOps and then ELK, CI/CD and SQL or no SQL? So SQL also is coming, SQL is also coming. Java is also coming. Ideally, it should not come, but we are getting the results. DevOps. Java. Docker, DevOps. Anyways, it's 2 words. I'm just trying to see, at least is it ignoring DevOps? So that at least it's in a way to understand it correctly. CSD, Walmart. So yeah, DevOps here, you can see. When we're giving a keywords here, it's supposed to exclude the results from the whole of the searches. But now if you see here, not DevOps, is it excluding? I really doubt. It's not really excluding. So this is on which page? On a 5th page. Now let's say we take this not DevOps, copy. So it basically not trying to understand the exact search algo. Now similarly here we give not DevOps. Again, we'll go to 5th page and see in case if that result is coming. So yeah, that's gone now. So though we got 40,000 results, but in previous thing, when we used not in the beginning, we still seen a couple of results where we had a DevOps. But when we used at last, and then again we came back to 5th page, and now we are seeing we do not have those DevOps guys. But let's see on a couple of more for the results. Let's jump to some of the last pages, at least 50th page. Or else let's open a couple of CI/CD guys and see in case here and there if the DevOps is reflecting on their whole LinkedIn profile.
Shiv, in this search string, even if I give ELK, CI/CD, or SQL in small letters also, it will not make any difference. No? The search will remain the same.
No, I didn't get it.
In the search string, when we have mentioned the keywords like ELK or CI/CD or SQL in caps lock, if I give it in small letters also, it will give me
Keywords
the same.
are not case sensitive.
It will still give me the same results, right?
Keywords are not case
Okay.
sensitive.
Okay, got it.
Like in Java, J is capital, AVA is small.
Correct.
So yeah, here we're trying to see a use case where we open a couple of profile where we see DevOps related keywords, but we did not see DevOps on a high level. But now we are opening the profile and trying to see if DevOps is existing. Again, we come back and try to see what will happen when we are using not DevOps in the beginning of the search. Is it really understanding the search, and is it really trying to exclude that DevOps? In one scenario, we have seen it's not trying to exclude. In fact, it's trying to include, and the algo was messing up, means LinkedIn did not understood the proper stuff. But we'll again do a dive deep on it. Now let's come here. Let's see if there is a DevOps word existing. No. Okay, DevOps is here. So let's say we want this use case is really good in a scenario where you want such skills, but you don't want DevOps guys. You want backend engineer again who are building those search services. Or sometimes you might be you might be hiring for someone who has built those data platforms, a backend engineer, but who has built those data platforms. In that scenario also, this search must be useful, where you're getting again a backend guys, but not a DevOps one. Though CI/CD is needed for the role, ELK is needed for the role, but generally when we give ELK, CI/CD, we tend to get number of DevOps guys. But now if you see here, DevOps is missing from the whole profile. No DevOps. No. No, no DevOps. No, no DevOps. No DevOps. All right. So a couple of examples we have gone through, 5, 6 examples. And when we've seen that DevOps is completely missing from the whole profile. Now let's say in this example, now not DevOps, instead of using it at last, we are using in the beginning, not DevOps and Java and ELK or CI/CD and SQL or no SQL. Similarly, there also we got 40,000, here also we got 40,000. But is it really excluding DevOps? That will open up a couple of profiles and we'll see if it is really working. First, we'll go on a very high level. Let's take this profile. So here we have it. Here again. Bit dark. Let's go to a couple of last pages as we went in a previous example. Page number 50. Anyways, let's review these profiles. So here DevOps, anyways, it's from here, but otherwise, let's see in case if that DevOps is excluding. In first use case, each and every profile excluded DevOps, but let's see in this use case if the DevOps is including or excluding. So in profile, it's not there. However, on a similar profiles, it was there somewhere here. So now it's not there. So groups, you have DevOps, DevOps tools, DevOps tool chain. So yeah, it's there. That means it did not exclude it necessarily. No, it's not there. It's not there. It's here. So it's not necessarily excluding DevOps, though the number of results for both the searches when we use in the beginning, when we use at the last, the number of search results are same, but when we really open a couple of resumes, couple of profiles in both the use cases, in first use cases where we have used not at last, and after testing 5 to 7 profiles, we have not seen even a single profile where DevOps is appearing. But where in this use case, when we are using not in the beginning, we could see still some of the results where DevOps is there. That means it's actually not reading it correctly when we use in the beginning or in the middle. And that's the reason we can say that whenever we are using not, it has to be used at the last, at the completely right hand, at the completely last part of the keywords. Then only it will understand it correctly. That we're trying to exclude DevOps from the search. But otherwise, in the beginning, it's not really reading it correctly. It's more of confusing for a search engine just to understand what the person is trying to show here. So not DevOps and Java and ELK. So that is something which is not clear. Now let's say if we keep similarly here, not DevOps. So how will it read? Not DevOps and Java. It will exclude DevOps. Yes, no.
No.
So again, the logic is not clear. Because again, it's not at the last part. We might still get a result which has a DevOps because the logic itself is not clear. So let's say if we say like this, because if you're giving not DevOps without bracket like this and Java, we're still seeing the results where we have a Java here. But let's nest it and see. Let's keep it in the bracket, not DevOps and Java. Will we still get a result where Java is there? Java DevOps. Now it's trying to exclude Java. Earlier in example, if we see, when we have not given this bracket, so maybe it was trying to exclude DevOps, but we have seen there are a number of results where Java would be there. So let's say if we take just this result only, like this, Java is there, Java is there, Java is there, Java is there. So it's not excluding DevOps or DevOps and Java. But when we give it in the bracket now still it becoming, because here complete set we are trying to remove, not DevOps and Java. We can also say not DevOps or Java. Then it will remove either DevOps or Java from the profile. Now here what we're saying, remove both, not DevOps and Java, just remove both the ones. So it's trying to exclude the profiles which do not have either a DevOps and Java, both the keywords.
Sure. This not DevOps and Java. When we put this keyword, no, we found the profile where DevOps were there.
Was it in the bracket or was it without the bracket?
No, in the current title, I think. Yeah. This is when you apply. Just search it.
Okay. Not DevOps and Java.
Yeah,
now,
just search it. Yeah, this is DevOps. Yes.
Right. So this is the whole profile. So not DevOps, not DevOps. So many DevOps are coming. So it's still not reading it correctly. So let's say not DevOps or Java. So that's again a way lot of confusion. Again, here we have a Java, though it's a JavaScript, but let's see if it is broken. Okay, it's a JavaScript. It's not just Java. Let's see now more results where it's excluding either DevOps or Java. So DevOps still coming.
Sure. Here a little confusion is here. Like suppose when we are searching some profile, let's say in Java or .NET, that means we are looking either of the skill should be there.
Either of the skill.
Okay, but when we are putting not Java or .NET, then what
Is it
he
reading?
will
So that's
escalate.
what we're trying to identify when we are using not now. So it's a next level of using not. When we're excluding multiple keywords in a free version of LinkedIn, is it really reading not after that DevOps or Java? not space DevOps or Java. Is it really reading? Is it really trying to exclude DevOps or Java? Either of the keywords. But we are seeing there are number of results where it's still showing up results with the DevOps or Java.
But what if one profile has both keyword DevOps or Java? Then will it remove only one or both?
Exactly. So that's what we are trying to do here. Now, what I'm saying is, now let's say DevOps or Java. So is it excluding DevOps or Java, either of the keyword, or what if person has both the keywords in their profile? Is it trying to exclude both the keyword, or is it really understanding first of all? Okay, so when we give not within the bracket DevOps or Java, here we see number of results where we have that Java or DevOps. So in that case, let's say if we want to exclude DevOps or Java, or DevOps and Java, let's see this version now. Now, in this version, here, it's not trying to exclude, it's still showing us the results where DevOps or Java are existing. But now let's say we use not DevOps, not Java. Will it exclude? So 25,000 results. Earlier we had a couple of more. Let's see what was the number of results first. DevOps or Java. DevOps or Java. 25. DevOps and Java. 83. Basically, it's not reading that and we started getting a list of results where Java or DevOps was there. So not DevOps, not Java. Same 25, but now let's see if we have So it's a JavaScript, not a Java. So here we still have DevOps. It's a JavaScript, not Java. This is the application. JavaScript, Rust. Java. Anyways, free version. So it's trying to read. And how many of the keyword, that also we need to see. So here we still have Java. Here also we have still Java. So we did give not DevOps, not Java. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically it should work, but it's still not working. We are still getting the results with Java. JavaScript is there, but Java is not there. But let's see. So here we have a JavaScript, but not a Java. But we still have some 1 to false positive results where DevOps or Java is mentioned. No, no DevOps on Java.
Shiv, I guess I have some hack for this. Can you go to the search?
Yeah, 2 minutes. Let's do these two profiles also. So we do not have Java or DevOps here. It's a JavaScript, but not a Java. Nope. Java, here it is. So yeah, when we are giving something like this, not DevOps, not Java, though it's giving us the results, but still we have a couple of 1 or 2 search results, or maybe let's say 5% of search result, because it's again of tree version. 5% of search results which are basically false positive. That is kind of still accepted. But as we see the logic, when we use not at the back last or completely on the right hand side, it's trying to exclude. But when we use not in the beginning, it's not really understanding. It's actually taking those as a additional keywords, and it's trying to show a results with those particular number of keywords. Now either we can exclude like this, or we can also exclude like this. Both will have a similar set of results. Same, both are 25,000. So not DevOps or Java. It will exclude either Java or DevOps. Yeah, Ashish, you are telling something?
Yes. So this key string, not in bracket DevOps or Java, right? So if we have read, I believe everyone knows this Boolean table, right? So Boolean table basically perform and, or like let's say 2 values are true. If you are putting and true and true, that is true. Okay. And if you are putting or f equals to f. But now if you are mentioning only and in the mid, okay, and the result like this, I will tell you. So one is value, let's say one, this DevOps is a value, one value, and second value would be the Java value. So ultimately the result for this is a first value. Okay. Let's say DevOps or Java. The result for this table is a DevOps, and when it applies to the not, then not DevOps, that means it will search for Java.
Okay, when we go for not DevOps, not Java.
No. See, what Boolean will do, Boolean will solve this table first, DevOps or Java. Okay. This last, after not, there is a table, bracket or thing. Bracket is there, DevOps or Java. Okay. So in bracket, what it will do, one value is, let's say, one value is a false and one value is a true. Okay. If you are mentioning one value is a false, second is a true, then as per the Boolean f for f, it's f. But here it will come as a true. True means the second value. Second value, that means here Java not. Now the result of this DevOps or Java is a Java, and now we have mentioned now. Sorry, not Java. That means ultimately it will perform for it will search result for DevOps, but not with Java.
So what will it include? Will it include DevOps?
No, it will.
Java.
It will search for the role, not DevOps. That means, yeah, DevOps. It will search result of DevOps only, not like the operator that we have performed, not DevOps or Java. So it will search the profile which has DevOps but not Java. Whatever the profile filter that we have applied here in the search, we basically we found the result that which contained DevOps but not this Java profiles.
But we are getting the results when we use not DevOps or Java. We're still getting a result where we have a DevOps or Java.
Yeah, then I think this is applicable only like the Boolean string. Like if we P and Q, if we mention 1 or 0, true and value. I can explain this. I just need to little brush up. I'll show the result this in the group that we have group now, WhatsApp group. I'll just message that group, whatever the result that we will get of this keyword with the proof.
Sure. So generally what we're trying to understand when we're using not, okay, and that too at the last. So when we're using in the beginning, Boolean is definitely messing up. Search engine is definitely not really understanding whether we're trying to exclude that keyword or include that keyword. When we use not in the beginning, we also see number of results in the first page itself where we have a Java or DevOps. Now, when we are using this not at the last on completely on the right hand side after all the keywords, whatever we wanted, when we kept not DevOps or Java, here what we wanted to do is like we wanted to see the profile which do not have a DevOps or Java, any of those keywords. But after a couple of pages when we go, we still get some 4 to 5 results where DevOps or Java was appearing. Similarly, what we have done, we have removed this bracket, we kept not DevOps and again not Java. So ideally, when we are using this also, both the searches are giving us same 25 results. Now let's see in this search, are we getting that Java or DevOps in the search results? So that we can say when we're using not, how is that basically not to be used?
So,
Especially now, LinkedIn selection. Yeah.
So, you are using means or why you are not using and between DevOps and because you want to remove both word, right?
So we did check and also still with the and we got the result either DevOps or Java was there.
And also your both words are not getting removed, right? In that way
No.
also.
So both the words are still coming. Let's say when I use not DevOps and Java, let's use all the 3 searches. This is one. So for here, this logic, it's completely following.
No, so you
it's supposed to follow.
I have seen not first also. How many times you have written not? Have you written earlier also?
So in title, we're trying to exclude SDET related roles. So here, if you see every example, when we did a dry run and test run, and we have opened couple of profiles. So completely testing, tester, SDET has been completely excluded from their current titles. So similarly,
so you are applying to two separate search string. That's the reason it might be not taking second one. It can because first one is applicable, right? That use case is correct. When you are putting with SDET, not before SDET and or and other.
This
right?
is from the title. This is from the complete LinkedIn profile.
So that Boolean is syntax is working, right? In title.
Title is working fine. But wherein for the overall whole
skill is not working, right?
It's not skill, it's a complete LinkedIn profile. So from here, if I'm trying to search, it's trying to exclude the results from the whole LinkedIn profile.
So what is the problem statement? Sorry, I joined late, so I don't know. What is the problem statement?
I'll come back. Give me a second. Okay, so here in this example, not DevOps and Java. In this example, not DevOps or Java. And in this example, we'll see not DevOps, not Java.
Okay, so you are opening 3 different tabs, right?
3 different tabs, 3 different searches of this.
Okay.
This 6 filters, then title. All right. 83 filter and then titles. 83,000 here. Then here again 25 and then title. So now here we have search one. Where we have given ELK or CI/CD and SQL or NoSQL, not DevOps and Java. Here we have search two. ELK or CI/CD and SQL or NoSQL, not DevOps or Java.
Mhm.
And here we have search three. Okay, where we have ELK or CI/CD or SQL or NoSQL, not DevOps, not Java.
Here, keep one with the bracket. After not bracket, Java means parenthesis, Java, and again the and not parenthesis.
We'll run fourth search also, you tell. Fourth. ELK. Yeah, not
Bracket. DevOps in the bracket
DevOps in the bracket.
and Java in the bracket, and in between either put one and one search with and here and operator between DevOps and not.
DevOps.
And operator in between, yeah, and same with or. Keep one more search string, do it with or. The last one, but in place of and write or. Let's see the result.
So how is Boolean understanding it? Instead of and?
Or. Because either will, right? Either will remove, right? Not either DevOps or.
First thing, these are the two operators. Let's see one by one.
Yeah, see.
So three, let's take this four.
Shiv, I have a request here.
Mhm.
Can you just add how many searches you got in each search?
We're doing that as well.
Yeah.
So this is not going through.
Which one is not going?
No, the result itself is not going through. Because when the two operators are there together, and also it's crossing the number of operators.
Okay. Yeah. More than 5 you can't do that. Yes.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Yeah, more than 5 you can't do. Then last one will also not go because it's also more than 5.
Let's reduce one from there just to see if that logic is workable. CI/CD. $845,000.
But why is he speaking CHRO and everything?
So that means it's not reading it. It's completely ignoring it because again, these two operators are there together. So it's not means it's confused. It's unable to read it. Similarly, here we'll go.
It's reading.
25,000.
I don't think it one is reading because the C# is coming. Remove and just try. Just remove and in between those.
We'll search on all 6. So this is completely not. When we say or. Where is it? All right, so in this is completely gone. That's an incorrect logic. Even for not also, I believe it would be incorrect, but let's see. CI/CD and SQL or no SQL, not DevOps and not Java. So still DevOps is coming in. DevOps is still there.
But less, right?
Let's see.
Or
So anyways, every result has fewer. Wait a second, here additional filter we forgot. This additional filter also we need to give. So
JavaScript will come. I think.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is it JavaScript or Java?
Yeah, JavaScript.
Java space script might come, but ideally it shouldn't come.
Without space also speaking. DevOps is also speaking.
We were just seeing on a very high level.
But less frequency is less, but yeah, it is speaking. Java is removed completely because JavaScript is speaking.
So where is Java here position? Is completely at
First
last.
one.
So that's the reason when we use not to be used at completely last, and that's where the Java is completely removed.
Yeah.
But not a DevOps.
Yeah.
Because after here in this search, what's happening? It's reading this part, but as these two are together, it's ignoring this part. It's taking it as an additional keyword. It's not reading not DevOps. It's still reading DevOps as an additional keyword and trying to show us a list of results where DevOps is still appearing. But why it is only excluding Java? That is basically we are using Java at last.
So how it's reading here DevOps and Java because it's picking Java, but how is this reading differently?
Only last keyword which is given in the combination of not at last. Only that thing only it's reading.
Yeah, I got
only excluding Java. It's not excluding DevOps.
Okay, DevOps not just stop here. Then not DevOps not.
So now if you see here, we started getting Java also.
So after study, you have gone, I think, around 50 page, right? More than that.
Yeah, we'll go in every example. We'll go and we'll try to see if that DevOps and Java is getting excluded or not in these use cases. Then only we'll come to the conclusion when we are using not, how is the appropriate way to use not? So in each and every example, we are going till last 50 pages.
Up to a certain page, it won't take. Normally, it won't take. Start throwing the.
See, if the Boolean logic is correct, till 100th page also it will take it. So still here DevOps.
No, some of the DevOps are not highlighted.
Some of them are not highlighted, but still we have DevOps. Here also
Yeah,
we have
Yeah,
DevOps.
I can see. Yeah, I can see. It's fine.
Here also we can see DevOps.
Yeah, fine. I think every page 1 or 2 it's fine.
It's still there. So even technically, if we see this also not correct, but let's tweak a bit. Now it's a strong command, not DevOps or Java. So earlier we used not DevOps or Java, but now we are giving little stronger command. When we use double quotes, the command becomes little more stronger. Now we are using again at the last not and in the bracket DevOps within double quotes or Java within double quotes. 33 and with the same this. So here we still have DevOps, Java. So even that is also not understanding. No.
After not it doesn't code doesn't it won't take code.
No. So technically even this is not correct. Now here also 25,000 SQL, not DevOps in bracket, not Java. This also technically no. Let's say.
This one is also not going.
No, it's still showing us the result, but let's see if we're getting it. To DevOps. So this is again, we are seeing on a very high level, but we really don't know when once we open each and every profile, there might be. Still DevOps. So let's tweak these also. Not DevOps. Anyways, this is free version, but in paid version, I would definitely say this would be a true. So 34. DevOps, Java. Java. So here we have Java and all. Java, DevOps. In the beginning profiles itself, we are getting so many. Not DevOps, not Java. With bracket, without bracket. DevOps. And the number of results are also more or less all are same, 25, 26,000. Still DevOps overnight. That's in publication, but let's talks about Java. No, not DevOps, not Java. I don't think it's reading it correctly. Java still here. Java still here. It's not Excel DevOps. DevOps tools past. So here what we have done, not DevOps, not Java. It's still there. So a couple of false positive, less than 5% in this use case. We can still say, okay, but let's see this use case now. Not DevOps or Java, same, but why 83 results, 83,000. Here, not DevOps, not Java. We got 25 with this additional keywords. The additional keywords here. Yes, it's there. So when we are not using not in the title, it's definitely excluding all those particular keywords in combination of or. So for LinkedIn, yes, here it is working, but when we are giving not here, in some cases it's working, in some cases it's not working. But let's see why 83,000. Why so much of variation? Not DevOps or Java. So what is it reading? Is it reading only excluding DevOps and not excluding Java? As Ashish mentioned, let's read on the search. Still 83,000. Not DevOps and Java. So excluding profiles which has both the keywords DevOps and Java. Earlier, DevOps or Java, it was trying to exclude the profile which has either Java or DevOps, but still we got very few false positive results. But in this example, let's say if there is a use case where DevOps is there, it will still come. Where Java is there, it will still come. But we might not get the result where both DevOps and Java are there. So here we are saying exclude not DevOps and Java, both the keywords. In earlier example, we kept not DevOps or Java. In that example, what it was trying to do, though it was trying to exclude DevOps or Java, but we still found somewhere close to 5% some of the false positive. Every 100 profiles, we had some 5 to 10 profiles which has either Java or DevOps. So there were some still 5 to 10% of false positive, but up to 90% we had correct. But when we use not DevOps and Java, now it's trying to exclude a profiles which has both the keyword, but it might give us a profiles which has either one of the keyword, either DevOps or Java. The reason because we are saying exclude only the profile which has both the keyword. We are not saying exclude the profile which has any one keyword. That's reason for the probability of profiles having any one keyword is much lesser comparable to the probability of profiles having both the keyword. So here we might see a results. Let's open a couple of results where DevOps or Java are there, but we might come to see, okay, Java is here, but let's see if there is a DevOps in this. Or vice versa, if we get DevOps, we'll see if there is a Java in that. And that's the reason the variation of number of results are higher. So this is JavaScript, but let's still open. So Namrata, to answer to your question, when you ask like, when you're trying to exclude both, this is the use case where we're trying to exclude both, not DevOps and Java. That means it will show only the list of profiles which has both the keywords Java and DevOps, but it will not exclude the profiles which has any one keyword, either DevOps or Java. However, wherever we see Java, we'll open and we see if there is a second keyword is there in that Java, or similarly, vice versa, wherever we see DevOps, we'll see if Java is existing in that. So from the beginning profiles itself, we got some of the 10-15 profiles. Let's open one by. So here we have DevOps, but let's see if there is a Java. Why are we covering this not such in depth? When we shift to Google, you'll know the reason we are covering first here in depth how to use not and what are the various use cases. So no Java, DevOps is there, but Java is not there. So it's showing us a result. It might contain either Java or DevOps, but it might not. It will not show us the results of profile which has both the keywords DevOps and Java. So we open a couple of profiles, but let's see vice versa if we're getting both the keywords in one resume, sorry, in one profile. So here we have Java. But not a DevOps. Java. Not a DevOps. Java. No DevOps. Java. No DevOps. No DevOps. Java. No DevOps. Java. Okay, here we have DevOps. But is it Java or JavaScript? Let's edit this. So Java hyphen JavaScript. And then here DevOps. Okay, one false positive. No. DevOps. Is there a Java in it? JavaScript is there, but not Java. Java. I think these are. No, no DevOps. DevOps. In so many results, hardly we find one false positive, and that too, the reason because there was a comma after that. After Java, the one which we found. I don't remember the name of person, why it came, but now I realized the reason it came because there was a comma. So Java here. This profile do not have DevOps. It was a DevOps profile, but why Java was coming? Just give me a Selenium API. No, this also. Anyways, the one use case which we saw where we saw DevOps, but Java was also there because after Java there was a comma. So that's the reason it might have come. But if it is Java as it is, then it wouldn't have come. So Java, no DevOps.
It's a profile of Yuvraj.
Profile of
Yuvraj.
Yuvraj.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding. Yuvraj, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I believe this one. So here, if you see after Java, there is a comma. So that's the reason this profile has come. But ideally, technically, what it's trying to ignore is ignore profiles which has both the keywords Java and DevOps. Here we have Java, but no DevOps. We'll go to some of the last results. I think in the beginning of the page, we have pretty much 100% true result, but let's move on to some of the last results. Page equal to 80. So here we have DevOps. Here we have Java. Here we have Java. Here we have DevOps. Here we have the reason we are going to 80, 90th page or 100th page just to understand if it is strongly taking that logic when we have given not like this, not DevOps and Java. That means both the keywords we wanted it to exclude. So is it taking strongly this use case? Is it really excluding both the keywords? Now let's go to some of the 95th pages. So as I mentioned, if the Boolean logic is correct, then definitely till the last page also we'll have accurate results. Okay, anyways, it did not go till 99th page. I think this is enough. We already pulled some of the results from 95th page. This is 99, let's say 97. So I guess our session for today will extend for another 30 minutes. Just be online. I'll be back in a moment. Till then, you can collect the thoughts around. I'll be just back. Give me a moment. All right, let's see. We open a couple of results. Some from the beginning, some from the last pages. So here we have DevOps. Let's see if Java is there. So first thumb rule from these examples, we realize that whenever we use not, it has to be used completely at the right hand side, completely at the last. And when we're trying to exclude multiple keywords, Java and DevOps both, it might still show as a list of results which has either one of the keyword, but it will definitely not show as a list of result which has both the keyword, because the command here is to exclude only the results which has both the keyword Java and DevOps. The command is not here is to exclude either Java or DevOps. So when we given in a bracket Java or DevOps, it was definitely trying to exclude any one keyword, but there was some false positive around 5% of result, but that is still fine as per the free version of LinkedIn. But if you use it same in a paid version of now free Monster or LinkedIn Recruiter, it would get through. You would not see the results either with Java or with DevOps. So DevOps is here. Let's see if there is a Java. So here is a Java. And again, that comma is there. As I mentioned, the earlier use case where we had one false positive, this is even a second false positive. But when that particular comma is there, we're still getting that result. But that is again not a keyword that we have given only Java. It's trying to exclude Java and DevOps. But there are some results where we have Java and DevOps, both the keywords in the resume, in the profile, but we still see that that particular comma is attached to it. There is no gap between a keyword and that particular comma. If there is a gap between keyword and particular comma, it will definitely exclude. But in this use case, if you see, there is still no gap. So that's when it's coming in. But that's fine. Strong Boolean logic is getting applied here. Good night. Java is there, but no DevOps. So DevOps. All right, I think these are all fine. Let's try to see a couple of results which were at the last pages. Yeah. DevOps. It's a JavaScript. It's not Java. It's in JavaScript. This is completely from the 95th, 97th pages. JavaScript. Not Java. JavaScript. No DevOps. Java is there, but DevOps. No DevOps. DevOps. That's JavaScript. That's basically from the drop down. This skill has been picked when we endorse someone. Java. No DevOps. Maybe one false positive, that too from the 95th or anything. That too in the skills, because that's again a drop down when you wanted to endorse someone. But otherwise, that's again, it was for the JavaScript. It's supposed to be like this, but some technical error. It's came Java space script, we could see there, but it was not just Java. So Java. But is there a DevOps here? These are all recommendations. So Java, no DevOps. DevOps, but let's see if Java is there. No Java. So here we have Java. So maybe one more from a couple of last pages. However, like if you see the percentage, it's not even one, I believe. Java. That's there again a comma over there. Java. Core Java. No DevOps. DevOps. No Java. Java.
Shiv, I have a question here.
Mhm.
In the title, we have removed the SDET test and all, right? But he is a test engineer, but still it is coming.
Current, it will exclude from the current title.
Current title, but
It can be there in the past title,
okay.
test and all. But if you see any of these keywords, not test or estate or testing or QA, any of these keywords are not appearing in their current title. It might appear in their past title.
But
Earlier,
K
it was
is
excluding
first one.
from current and past. Previous couple of months when we have seen, it was excluding from current and past. But I think this is a recent upgrade where it's excluding only from the current in a free version.
But in this current is also QA only, right? Quality architect.
Exactly, but it's not a word from here which we have excluded. QA we have excluded. We have not excluded quality architect. If at least the quality word, if we would have excluded, then this also would not have come.
Okay.
So here if we see, QA we have excluded. There might be a synonym of it, which is quality assurance or anything like that,
Yeah.
or quality analyst or something like that. But if you see, is there any one keyword from this is appearing in their current title? No. The result is wrong. So yeah, this is also true where we do not have both the keywords. Just one we found where we had in a one case because of the comma, and in another case just the one result from the last pages. In the skills and endorsements, we had that particular thing. But otherwise, if we see, we do not have any such results we have where we have both the keywords where Java and DevOps is appearing. So here DevOps. But no Java. All right, so definitely we would say here we are excluding not and DevOps and Java. This is true. Not DevOps and Java. The first one. All right. Now, in this case, DevOps or Java. Here, not DevOps and Java. Now, in this case, DevOps and Java both are same. Not DevOps, not Java. So it's not trying to understand. Did we cover that? Yeah, not DevOps, not Java, or not this also we covered. Not DevOps, not Java. Not DevOps, not Java, but let's do some use cases on this also. Ideally, this should also be true when we do not DevOps space not Java, but let's see the probability of it. So this also should exclude DevOps and Java. Not DevOps, not Java, but still we have a 25. So it's trying to see either one of the result. So here we still see DevOps. So it's not really understanding it. So still we have DevOps. And just excluding Java because Java is completely at last. But let's see a couple of last profiles. It's a JavaScript, it's not Java. DevOps. So if you want to exclude both the keywords, ideally not. So Java, it's still coming. Yeah. DevOps, though it's giving us a result, but if you see on some of the last pages also, we still see a couple of results where either DevOps or Java is still existing. Let's say some of the mid pages. It's not strongly taking it. So still there's a Java comma, Java something. It's okay. But let's see. But again, if I say false positive also, it's still less than 5%. JavaScript, so Java dot Java developer. DevOps. Yes, DevOps is still like that, not without a comma or anything. Those are all JavaScript. DevOps. DevOps comma, it's coming. So anyways, in this search also, if we see, it's still partially true, where it's trying to exclude DevOps and Java, but still we see a couple of false positive results, but not more than 5 to 10%. So let's say this also is still fine, but this is absolutely fine. This is something not and strong, yes, I would say. But we're in not DevOps, I would say mild. And still now either not DevOps or Java, not DevOps, not Java, not DevOps or Java. Here it is, not DevOps or Java. Now it will try to exclude a profile which has either a DevOps or Java and DevOps or Java, and the probability is definitely less because it's excluding either of the profile. It's not excluding which has both the like DevOps and Java. When we got around 83,000, and we have seen a couple of profiles in the last pages, in the first pages, in the mid pages. We did not see any result, maybe one or two, which has that DevOps and Java both because of those particular commas or something. But otherwise, that's kind of a strongly accepted. And similarly, when we try to remove either either DevOps or Java, we still have a couple of false positive results. But not less than 5 to 10%, I would say, because that's again a free version. But if you're running on a paid version, this would be definitely going through. You would not see those results where you would see Java or DevOps. But let's say in this also, we'll go to some of the last pages. 80 page. JavaScripting it is. Basic JavaScripting. And when we use that not in the beginning, it completely messed up. It did not understood at all. So the thumb rule, whenever we use not, has to be used at the last. And let's say if we want to exclude multiple keywords, it's fine that we can go ahead and give not, open the bracket, either of the keywords. Though we'll get some false positive, but not much, maybe 5%. That is still fine on a free version. But when we're excluding both the keywords like not, Java, and DevOps, it's strongly taking it. Now here in this example also DevOps. So one or two few. DevOps. Left in the last pages. Let's see some of the mid pages. We do have it, but not many. DevOps. Here I think there are multiple commas. Because the search itself is like that. ELK, CI/CD, SQL, NoSQL. By default, if we give this search, there would be a number of profiles of DevOps guys. But what we're trying to do to look at is, it's more of like you're typing for chicken and you're trying to exclude hen. So the probability is really low, but still it is working out. It's more of like you're trying to search for dosa hotels, but you want a hotel that is not selling idli. But still, it's taking up, and though we are getting a result, but false positive mature is there. Just the 5%. That's definitely we can ignore that one, a free version. All right. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts or confusion on how to use not? And when we give only one keyword, not DevOps, it's 100% taking till the last pages also. But when it's going to exclude multiple keywords, 100% it's taking true when we are giving in a and that when we want to exclude DevOps and Java both. But when we want to exclude either Java or DevOps, then as I mentioned, it's more of like we're trying to search for a hotel which is selling idli, but not dosa, and the probability is very less. But still, LinkedIn is trying to take it, though it's showing us a result, but not more than 5% of false positive results. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts or confusion? Thumb rule for a not, whenever we use not, it's supposed to be used at completely at the last and completely on the right hand side. Any doubts, any confusion on using not? Let's say this also is incorrect. Could you please write in percentage how much they are working? Got it. So I would say 100% here, or let's say 99%, provided that commas and all. Where in this up to 92, 95%. Same here. Up to 90 to 95%. All right. So any doubts, any confusion on using not on a Google? Sorry, in a LinkedIn?
So far, no, sure.
We're good?
We are good.
Yeah.
Okay, now are we good to continue? I'm good.
Next week.
Okay, let's go, because that's gonna take the reason we have so much dive deep on this particular not on a LinkedIn. You'll get to know in the next section when it comes to Google why it was important to dive deep so much while using not on a LinkedIn, to understand how that not really works and what are the perfect use cases and what are the use cases in which not will be used for work perfectly. Something like here, not DevOps and Java, which is up to 99.99% there is a correct result, that too on a free version. Incorrect result because of some technicality or because of due to comma. Here also, if you see not DevOps or Java, it's excluding DevOps or Java, but still we have a couple of 5 to 10% of results which are false positive due to various use cases, but that is still acceptable because it's a free version. Even in this version also, not DevOps, not Java, still fine. And when we use this one in titles, not testing, tester and all, it's completely excluding from the current title.
Shiv, can you repeat on in title?
Yes. Okay, now when we give this in title here, even we go to the last pages, 90th page also we see. Okay, what it's doing, it's completely excluding these keywords from the title. So there are two things, one is headline, one is title. Okay, but when we see the title, it completely 100% excluding the result. Let's say if I just go on a 80th page also, the current title is not related to test, testing or tester or SDET. So now here we see this result, which is basically a headline. Here it shows tester. Here no. Testing. This also a headline.
Got it, Shiv. Yeah.
Okay, let's take this one. So though it is appearing in headline, but if you see exactly in the title, it's not there. Test, testing, tester or SDET. Though testing here is there in the headline, but if you go to their current titles, it's different. Yeah. So that also is kind of a, I would say, it's excellent. From current title. This would be one of the question in our upcoming sourcing test. in title and link free version. Not tester or estate or testing or QA. Correct result up to 99%. 99. As it's excluding all the given keywords from the current title. All right. So yeah, any doubt, question, any follow-up questions, any call-outs? Like Ashish, you are telling something.
Yeah, that will I will execute and then I will conclude to the group.
Okay, so if you see here, even not DevOps or Java, it's trying to exclude DevOps or Java, either of the keyword, but still, as I mentioned, like we have 5 to 10% of false positive result. That's because we're working on a free version. But if you go to paid version, then definitely you'll see it's going through. Let's take an example here.
This is the recruiter version, right?
Yes.
Shiv, which key string you had applied here?
Same.
Yes,
Just
string this. This one, not dev. Okay, yeah, got it.
not DevOps or Java. And we're trying to see if we have even a single result which has DevOps or Java. We'll directly go to some of the last pages.
So here also the thumb rule applies, right? Not more than 6 keywords and 5 Boolean.
No. In LinkedIn Recruiter, you can go up to 300, 400 keywords also.
Okay.
Recruiter page number doesn't change, I believe. Let me see. Start. I would say let's go to 950.
Shiv, did you use the title also here?
No, we just exclude it. It's a recruiter and it will have more powers to it. So we just excluded Java and DevOps, and we're trying
So
to
only
see
the keywords what we are searching. Got it.
exactly. Yeah. So that's in a free version, in fact. But we're trying to see here if we have even a one result which has that Java or DevOps.
Good. Thank you.
That too, we are on last pages. As I mentioned, in free version, though, we have got a couple of results, maybe less than 5 to 10%. But if you execute the same thing on a paid version, it will be 100% true. So it's a JavaScript, it's not Java. It's a JavaScript.
Yes, here 100% working.
Yes. So the logic, if you want to exclude any keywords, even the multiple keywords, you can definitely keep not DevOps or Java, not DevOps and Java. This will exclude both the keyword. This will exclude either of the keyword. So mostly our 99% of trainings would be only on a free version of all around the web. Sometimes if it is required to just to test if this use case is really true or not, that's where we just go on a paid version and try to explore it, whether it is true or not. Now, in this case, we see even in the last page also, we did not even see one single result which has either a Java or DevOps. And now when we use this not on Google, you will see the real powers to it. The reason we tied it so much on not with so many use cases, you'll understand when we go to the Google searches. As I mentioned, in this case also, in free version also, if LinkedIn is showing us this much of result with only 5 to 10% of false positive result, because as I mentioned, by default, ELK, CI/CD, NoSQL are a part of a DevOps. By default, those people will have a bit of Java, but we're still getting this many number of results, and with less than 5% of false positive result, it's still great. As I mentioned, like this is a kind of example where we are trying to search for a dosa hotel where we do not want that hotel to be selling idli, and that's close to impossible. Agree?
100%.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just take a pause for today's session. If any further doubts, please do feel free to ask. Aarti, could you tell which application you're using for searching on page? So that's extension is basically multi-highlighter. We'll come to that later. And just highlighting the keywords on the page. It doesn't have to do anything with the search engine. It is just highlighting keywords on the page. It doesn't have to do anything with the search engine. It's not searching for these keywords here. It's only highlighting if these keywords are appearing over here. That's a multi-highlighter. Let me give you this thing, which will make your sourcing faster.
Shiva, how does a multi-highlighter help over a Control F if I do on a
Control F, how many times you'll do? First Java, then this, then that.
Okay, here multiple words.
Keywords. Even 50 keywords also you just mention here. It will highlight all those keywords.
I see.
Control F for one word we need to keep doing, right? And Control F is not Boolean friendly. In Control F, we can't search for multiple keywords. Let's say now if I want to search like this. Okay, let's say here only lead software engineer. Control F. Okay, lead. Now let's say I wanted something Philips or technical lead. I can't do that. More than one word, it's not taking.
Correct.
So let's say second word. So if it is like this, then it's taking. But let's say lead and something like education or first I want, which is not immediately linked to, it's not taking. That particular word will not get it.
Okay.
Where in highlighter, we just mentioned lead and then education. Bengaluru. So you see multiple things getting highlighted. Okay.
True. Thanks.
All right. Any further doubts, questions, any follow-up questions, or shall we call out for a day? Bhuvana, you told, right? You are fresh to the recruitment.
I'm sorry?
You're the one who told you're completely fresher to the recruitment, right?
No, I'm not the fresher. I'm an experienced recruiter.
Who was completely fresher yesterday they joined? Especially completely from the fresher who do not come from the recruitment background. Are we able to pick it up in this last 3-4 sessions? Tavana, Tejasvi, Shri. Yeah, Tejasvi.
Yeah, I'm experienced. I mean, I'm able to follow.
Yesterday there were a couple of freshers. Yesterday, day before yesterday, they were telling.
I think it was Tasneem, maybe. She, I think, was a fresher. I'm not sure.
No, Tasneem. Tasneem, you there? She's away. Anyways, but I believe like we're able to pick up, we're able to clarify our doubts, and we're getting detail about each and every specifications. If not, as I mentioned, like feel free to pause, feel free to ask same question 100 times, no problem. I'll be happy to answer till the time that problem statement or the use case is not clear. Yes, no?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So far, are we able
Yeah,
to...
I'm there, Mr. Shiv. You call me?
Yeah, Tasneem. You are the one
Tasneem.
fresher, right?
Yeah. So
And
I've got this, network issue, every now and then your voice is breaking. So
no problem. So I was
please
asking,
tell me, sir.
as you completely
Mhm.
come from the zero recruitment background, zero sourcing background, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you able to understand all this?
Yeah, I'm able to understand.
Okay. So
You're
be
very
on top
clear.
of the practice, whatever we cover during the weekends, during weekdays, be on top of the practice. And eventually, in a couple of months, in 3 to 4 months, you would see a lot of difference between you. Between you current today and you current after a couple of months. There are a lot of freshers also who joined like you, and I definitely could see them. If you can ask in a community, I could definitely see them. They are now with Amazon, Google, or such companies. Okay, but the practice is really important. You'll be on top of the practice, and that's the reason. Like maybe after 2 or 3 more sessions, we'll also start with sourcing jams, so that you can test your sourcing skills.
Okay.
All right.
Please upload the previous sessions.
Yeah, I'll do that. And don't be scared. You please feel free to ask as many questions as possible if you're not understanding it. Be confident, just attend regular
This
session.
Tasneem again, sir. I had this question. Tasneem again here.
Yeah, Tasneem.
Yeah. So you were showing everything this working on LinkedIn. So I actually wanted to see it see how it works on Naukri.
We'll go there. Naukri, see, as I mentioned, most of our sessions would be free on a free version. But if you use the same concept on Naukri, it will be as it is. You'll have better results, in fact.
Okay.
Just follow the concept what we are showing here in a free versions. The Boolean concept remains same. As I mentioned, this and or not with the alphabetical thing on a LinkedIn. It remains same for LinkedIn, Naukri, Monster, Dice, Career Builder, any portal. The logic remains same and or not, double quotes and a bracket.
Okay.
1000% logic is same. Only the variation is in a Google, not in a LinkedIn, Naukri, Monster, Dice, Career Builder, whichever the job portal you take. Okay, just follow this logic is enough.
Shiv, Purnima here.
Sure.
Hello.
Yeah, Purnima.
What I've observed is the same search what you've given. If I give it in my LinkedIn, it keeps asking me retry premium for free. Like I don't get so many results. Every time I keep getting that error. Like
got it. So LinkedIn has the limitation of number of searches per month.
Okay.
As I have a recruiter license, so that's the reason it doesn't show me so many times. It doesn't show me.
Okay. So you suggested
that what you can do is like you can go for, see, once you get into the recruitment, once you get into the job, once you feel that you're generating a revenue from LinkedIn, definitely you can go for recruiter light version, which will cost you around 6,500 per month.
Okay. So you suggest that we go for that, is it? Okay.
Yeah, that will be sufficient.
Okay.
And then that will give you like a recruiter results only. It's just that the number of reach outs is little less and the number of filters comparable to professional recruiter license, which is an organizational recruiter license, is little less, but that is also decent enough.
Okay.
Yeah, and additional emails you can always buy.
Okay. Thank you so much.
When you get into the X-ray searches, you would see the benefit of doing X-ray searches comparable to doing the searches on LinkedIn. That's the first. So the LinkedIn, why we're covering in depth so much, the reason because the concept should be clear of Boolean, how to use these particular operators on various job portals.
I got it. Yeah, I
Unlike
agree.
pre-monster, dice, career builder, or anything. Okay, then we'll go to the completely Google Excel searches and all.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem. Anything else, or else shall we call it for a day?
Hello.
Yeah, Arti.
Yeah, hi, Aarti this side. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible. Please tell.
Okay, so I have two questions. First is like, can you just mention the extension which you were using for searching on the page, the MH one?
Yeah, I just sent it here to everyone.
Okay, can you reshare it? I think I've missed it.
Yeah, I just sent it again. It's a multi-highlighter.
Multi-highlight.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it was actually my first session today. So if you could just brief out about the past sessions which have happened.
Briefing, I think it will take a lot of time. Rather, I'll upload the videos sometime tomorrow or something, and I'll announce in the group. You can just go through those videos.
Okay, sure. No problem.
We already covered since the introduction part to various use cases.
Yeah. I'll just go through this document as well.
All those stuff. In these documents, it's pretty much there.
Okay.
Once you go through the videos, it will be more clear.
Thank you for the sessions.
All right. No worries. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Good night.
Thank you, Shiv.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks, Shiv.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sister. Bye.